Hey, welcome back to the channel. So we're a week into the Mac Mini M4. I've been really pleased with mine and it's been used every single day. But I'd like to today take you through a few little accessories that if you're thinking of getting one, or you've ordered one, or maybe you've just received one, I think you should consider getting these as well. So we'll start off straight away with the smallest and the cheapest of these little gadgets, and that is an adapter that takes your USB-C, I'll see if it can not focus on me, and it turns it into a USB-A port. So I don't know whether that's come out. There we go. So this little gadget enables you to use all of your USB-A devices, which could be keyboards and mice, and maybe the little receivers that come with the wireless keyboards and mice. One of these will give you that C port conversion to an A, which we're missing on the little Mac Mini M4s. I'm quite happy to see the back of these bigger ports, so having something like this solves any issues with old devices which you need to connect because you haven't got a USB-C cable yet. So number one. Number two, and this one kind of answers a lot of criticisms as well of the Mac Mini. The audio jack being on the front, people preferred it to be on the back like it was on the previous Mac Mini, which is the Maxi really, Mini Maxi. On the new one, of course, it's just USB-C ports and the audio jack socket on the front. Hence this little device, this little connector. So this one, again, I'll see if I can get the focus back onto this. This is USB-C on one end, maybe not too clear on that one, but it gives you a standard audio socket on the other end, 3.5mm jack socket. So this one you can just plug in on the back of the machine, and you've then got somewhere to plug your speakers in on the rear of it to just keep all the cables tucked out of the way, and you've still got your headphone jack on the front that's free for a set of headphones when you want to plug them in separately. So highly recommend that. Again, they're only a few quid for them, so I'll put links down below. There'll be affiliate links to Amazon. None of this is sponsored by anybody. I bought all of this myself, but if you want to help support the channel, then maybe buy through those links and that will help us. Thank you very much. Next one, which again, one of the small criticisms we've had of the Mac Mini M4 and the Mac Mini M4 Pro is the fact that it doesn't have an SD reader card slot on the front. I think that's a little benefit because I've had them go wrong in the past, and when you've got something integrated into it, I think you end up pushing, they're so fiddly, you end up pushing the machine and all sorts of things. So I've opted for one of these. This one's by a company called Ugreen, and it's got USB-C on one end and then a standard SD card socket on the front for the small one and the larger TF one there. Now, what I like about this one in particular is it supports the new SD 4.0 format or standard, and that is the faster connection speed. So this is about 315 megabits per second. So compared to the older card readers, I found the transfer speed is a lot quicker. Got a quick machine, you want quick transfer as well. So that one, again, there'll be a link down below, but it's absolutely brilliant. You can plug it in around the back and Velcro it to the side of the machine if you want it to be right next to it. I'm not putting cards in and out all the time, so I'm quite happy just to plug it in when I need it and then unplug it afterwards. But it can be plugged in on the front or on the rear and get that faster transfer speed and nice and compact and neat. Next one is an alternative, in fact, to the last one. So this one looks more like a traditional memory stick, and what we have on one end is a USB-C connector. Don't know whether you can see that auto focusing thing. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So USB-C on that end. On the other end, you've got USB-A. So if you've got multiple computers or devices and you want to be able to transfer stuff from your SD cards, again, the same small micro SD card and the larger TF one. So this will work with smartphones, Mac Mini M4s, they're only USB-C, and this side you can connect it into traditional USB-A. The only thing is I couldn't find one of these that supports SD 4.0, so it's not quite as fast for the transfer, but again, it's convenient and equivalent to a lot of the older ones that you might have been using in the past anyway, so you're not going to see a degradation in speed unless you had a new SD 4.0 reader. So that one gets my vote as an alternative to this one, but I would personally give this one the faster one. Now, if you need more ports and don't want to be taking up all your ports on the Mac Mini to connect things like mice and webcams and things like that, then another alternative to that could be a little gadget like this. This one isn't Ugreen this time, this is Mokin, but you find them under a myriad of different names and essentially being the same thing. So this little one, again, USB-C on one end, which plugs into the back of the Mac, or the front, but ideally on the back, I guess, keep it out of the way. And then it gives you standard USB-A sockets there, two USB-C sockets, SD card reader and TF card reader there. Again, this isn't 4.0. I can't find one with 4.0 speeds on it, but it's still quick anyway. And it gives you another HDMI port out there, so you can have another screen running on HDMI as well as the one that's built into the back of it. Again, a nice, neat, low-cost little gadget. This one could, replace either of those other two, but not quite as quick. And if you don't need those other ports, then it's just more cumbersome things to carry around. So that's the essentials that I'd say you should be looking at. If you've not sorted a keyboard out, that will be the next thing. So you can't go wrong. I have to say, you can't go wrong with Apple's own Magic Keyboard. This is a fantastic little keyboard. They're quite pricey though, and this is one with the Touch ID for the finger for unlocking it, which is brilliant. But there are many alternatives to that. I have always liked the Logitech keyboards, and they do their little MX Mini keyboard, which is MX Keys Mini. Again, I use that a lot to swap between when I'm working on a PC or a Mac, because you can link it to 3 devices and with little hotkeys jump between them. So it's a nice little keyboard, a little bit cheaper than the Apple one. Very, very nice feel for typing on it. If you've used any of the MX stuff, then you'll be familiar with that. But if you haven't, I'd definitely recommend it. So that's a nice little one which will work very happily with the Mac, and I've been using it in between, just testing it. There's another alternative though. So something, if you're going to be using because the Mac Mini, the new one, is so small, it's something you could easily transport between your workplace and home, as I have done. And an alternative to having one of those larger keyboards is one of these small compact fold-up ones. Now, I use this one for setting computers up in my day job, and what's so nice about it is it can go into a little case really nice and compact or into your laptop bag, and then it opens up into a full-size keyboard. I'll put it the right way up. And then it's Bluetooth connection on it, USB-C for charging, but it also has a nice to use trackpad on it. So if you just want to carry one thing around for doing your typing, you don't want to have a mouse with you all the time, then this is really good. You might see it moving on the screen over there because it is connected at the moment to the Mac. And I will give you a sneak peek to my next video at the end of this, and that is making my super portable version of the Mac Mini, which you can carry around in a tiny case, and you've got screen, keyboard, mouse or trackpad, the lot all in one place. So do consider subscribing if you're not already a subscriber, and there's some stats on that, and it's ludicrously high, the number of people that see your videos but aren't subscribed. So hey, why not just subscribe, and then and set the notification bell as well, and then you'll be notified when my next video comes out, and it'll be great to have you join me on it. So this is going to be in an upcoming video when I make this portable Mac. I've made it already, so do make sure you check back. And then I'll take you through some more little tips and tricks to go with your Mac and how you can make it super portable. Anyway, I think I've probably gabbled on enough there about the accessories to get with your Mac for your new Mac. So I say, please join me next time, and thanks for coming with me this time. Good night.